34, trying to find somebody like late 30s, early 40s. Everybody's like, date a little older. You know, those men are going to be better. Try that instead of guys your age. Every time I'm like on my Bumble app, I'm like, oh, this guy's cute. And he's like 39. And I'm like, okay, he's got a good job, you know, whatever. And then I see that you're looking for something casual. So many older men are just looking for casual.
Sorry.
Like, bro, you're getting old. Like, when are you gonna be ready, motherfucker? When are you going to be ready?
That is not going to happen.
Rejection is hitting me and my girls like crazy this cuffing season. Like, I don't know what's in the water, what's in the alcohol, but these men, they're just not feeling it. I'm turning 29 in January, and I just feel like my clock is ticking.
Tick tock, motherfucker!
The news are out, gentlemen. Men no longer care. They just simply don't care about these women that come in hand with their kids from another man, with their divorces, with their triple-digit body counts. So let's find out, guys, why these beautiful creatures of God, why these innocent, poor little souls are not being selected, are not being cared for by men. Let's find out why men are not willing to take them in, even though they are gems and diamonds.
So, trying to find a little older man, 34, trying to find somebody like late 30s, early 40s. Everybody's like, date a little older. You know, those men are going to be better. Try that instead of guys your age. Every time I'm like on my Bumble app, I'm like, oh, this guy's cute. And he's like 39. And I'm like, okay, he's got a good job, you know, whatever. And then I see that you're looking for something casual. Like, so many older men are just looking for casual. And all the younger guys, like, in my age group are actually wanting a relationship. I'm so confused.
Yeah, notice how interesting, gentlemen. So, men usually when they're younger, they have this mindset of, I'm gonna find me a wife, you know, want a serious relationship with a serious girlfriend. I want us to be loyal. I want this thing to lead to a family. They want the same life that their fathers probably had, that their grandfathers have, you know. They want all of this, but as Taylor often mentions, guys, men in their 40s are the biggest players. They are even bigger players than the 20-year-old chads because they just know the game. They have more experience. They have understood how women work. And guys at that age of 40, most of the guys who are 40 and are single, they already come from a divorce. They already come from a woman trashing their lives. A woman just like this one on the video who comes from a divorce and is a single mother. So what in the hell would make these men consider you as a serious partner when they have already had their lives trashed by someone just like you? It just makes no sense. The reason why so many guys are single in their 40s and 50s is because they have tried to have the serious relationship, but they have had their, you know, half their crap taken away from them, or they have had their kids taken away from them, or they have lost their sanity in a marriage with a wife who is impossible to please. You can't pay these men enough to consider dating you seriously. You just can't. They couldn't care less. They wouldn't touch a woman like you for something serious with a 6-foot pole. It goes to show how delusional this woman is, guys. Like, men see her, they see that she's in her mid-30s, that she comes from a divorce, that she has a body count in the triple digits. They see her dating history, and again, you just can't pay them enough. This woman doesn't realize it. She still thinks she is somehow the prize, even though she is the very reason why these men are single at that age. They just see her, guys, with her expectations that someone will commit, that someone will see her as more than a body, and they just laugh.
So confused. Like, bro, you're getting old. Like, when are you gonna be ready, motherfucker? When are you going to be ready? Like, when?
Well, this woman, guy, is just so desperate. She's so desperate for a man. And here's the best part. She could have had one. Right? The thing with these women is it's not like it's impossible for them to find a man. Right? No witch has cursed them for, to be unable to find a man. No, they could have done that. Especially when they were at their peak, when they were 20, 25, they could have done that, but they haven't. Again, it always begs the question when you see these women above 25 that are single, it begs the question, what have you been doing with your life? Especially at 30, like you already had more than 10 years behind your back of you having the ability to pick between multiple men that have been interested in you, the 20, 30-year-old guys that still don't know any better. they could have chosen you and they wanted to, but you just didn't care, right? So what have you been doing with your life, madam? Just tell me about your divorces, tell me about your kids from another man, tell me about all the failed situationships that you've been in, tell me about your lack of commitment, tell me about your pair bonding ability lack thereof, excuse me. Tell me about all your trauma and tell me about all the baggage that you come with. What men want when looking for something serious and something long-lasting is to grow with a woman, all right? They want to spend their lifetime with a woman. They don't want to get married for 3 years only to get divorced. Men want you to be devoted to them. They want you to be loyal. They want a relationship that will flourish, that will keep bettering. They want a relationship that can go as long as, you holding their hand on their deathbed. This is what men want. They don't want to play from another man's save file. They don't want these women that are left to pieces and you sort of take them in, you have to solve the puzzle, you have 1,000 pieces that you have to stick together. And most of them are missing. No, men don't want this, all right? We've had enough of saving these women. We're not on this planet to be saviors, to be therapists, or to be your personal clowns for entertainment. We don't want that. We're not going to settle for that. Men have wisened up. This is why a lot of men have walked away from marriage altogether, because they've had one bad experience. And now they say, you know what, I'm 40. It will be much more pleasant for me to go golfing or go fishing or, focus on my career or focus on my hobbies. They don't want a woman who is 35 and already comes with a divorce and already comes with a lot of baggage and will be a nuisance all the time and will create all the more problems. They don't want this. But one more thing before we move on, gentlemen, is that this woman mentioned in their bios, these men say that they want something casual. Now, this is something that gets me, because a lot of these women, you have heard them whine about how, oh, he tricked me, he played me, he manipulated me, he lied to me. When in reality, most of these guys say straight up, right from the get-go, that they want only something casual. It's like, nobody is lying, okay? These men, they're not some mega masterminds that have these 12-step plans and evil schemes to trick you. They're not scammers. No, these guys say on their bio, I'm looking for something casual. And these women, guys, they go out with them and they expect that this casual thing that started with a one-night stand because the guy was bored, they expect that to lead into a serious relationship. And that one Chad that just decided to have a side dish on a Tuesday night, they expect him to at some point commit. And when he doesn't, they say, oh, he was a narcissist and he lied to me. Just pathetic.
Rejection is hitting me and my girls like crazy this cuffing season. Like, I don't know what's in the water, what's in the alcohol, but these men.
So cuffing season is another made-up bullcrap term that these women have come up with. Now, personally, I haven't heard it. I had to Google it. And in case you don't know, cuffing season is basically when single women are looking for a short-term relationship with a man for the cold months, you know, because they want the Christmas presents and they want the Christmas matching pajamas and all of that. So it's basically a situationship slash short-term relationship that is going to last for 3 at best 4 months, just so they cannot feel alone around the holidays, because you know they go on family dinners and all of that, and their aunt asks them, hey, are you still single at 35? You know, what's happening? And they feel absolutely miserable because they know that they haven't accomplished anything with their lives, and that all of the bad things happening to them are because of their own mistakes. So yeah, you know, they want to ease their guilt by adopting this opportunistic, vulture-like attitude of dating. I'm gonna find me someone to fulfill my needs for a couple of months, and then I'm gonna go back again to being the street 304 that I am. Like literally, guys, they have these relationships during the cold months, and then they move from that to the hot girl summers. Just pathetic.
And they're just not feeling it. And to be honest, I have like a fear of rejection, so I don't even like going up to people like when I go to clubs or like even sliding in DMs, because I'm just nervous that like I'll get rejected. So the few times that I do try, like it takes a lot out of me, and I've done it at least once or twice now, and I've gotten rejected. So yeah, I don't know.
Man, there's only a few things that are more funnier than a woman getting rejected, because men, they go through so much rejection. Women will often you know, get with their friendies and laugh about, haha, Dave tried to hit me up, what a loser, he's so above my, you know, excuse me, beneath my league, he doesn't deserve me. They'll whine at the guy's failure, you know, at him maybe being a little shy or undecisive when asking them out. Yet when women have to do this, all right, when women have to ask a guy out, they just lose it. They do the most sad and pathetic attempt at trying to ask a guy out, and if they get rejected, they just lose their crap. It's one of the most hilarious things that you'll see. And another thing worth pointing out is that these women, they tell on themselves. When a woman gets rejected, it really speaks a lot about the type of man that she's into, because the average woman has multiple men chasing after her, right? There are multiple men that will be willing to be with her right now, this very moment, for whatever, for a situationship, for a relationship, for something long-term, short-term. They have options. They have plenty of options. Yet they go for the ones who are unavailable, even if they have to ask them out. Like this woman, it's absolutely hard for her to ask a man out. She's even willing to, you know, lose her dignity trying to ask a man out. She's willing to absolutely have a pathetic attempt only for the small chance of being with him. You know, it's like they pick guys who are way above their league. They pick the unavailable men. They pick that top 5% of guys that will never commit to them, and they try with them. So this woman really telling on herself. When you hear about a woman getting rejected, most likely than not, guys, it's because she's into the top 5%, because she could have whatever she wants with 90% of men, but she has to go for the 10 that do not want her and do not care about her.
Oh man, this cuffing season's looking rough, and I told myself at the beginning of the year, like, I can't be having a sad girl autumn or like a depressed winter with no like partner. You know, I'm turning 29 in January, and I just feel like my clock is ticking. So of course, like, I'll be fine with my friends and stuff, but just wanted to come out there and ask, like, how's the dating going for everyone else? Like, are you getting rejected a lot too, like me and my girls?
Yes, indeed. Most women are getting absolutely rejected nowadays. Men have walked away from dating. They no longer care about you and your problems, and they're absolutely avoiding you other than for a one-night stand. Guys, the reason this happens, it's not dependent on men. It's not men that have chosen to just ignore these women forever. No, it's up to these women when they are at an appropriate age, meaning 20 to 25, to pick a man. And at that time, they have all the options, right? They are attractive, they are young, they still don't have a large dating history, let's suppose and presume, that's the time when they could be picking a good man. And what do they do then, guys? They go for the hot girl summers, they chase the unavailable men. Like the time that they could be using to find that one guy that 10 years later, if they don't pick, they'll be whining about, oh, where is the good man that I'm looking for? Where is my Prince Charming? When they're 25, they have the chance to select between multiple Prince Charmings, and they don't, right? So it's not on men that these women are getting rejected, it's on them. Because when they're young, they don't care about men. And then when they get of age, notice how the first woman was mid-30s, second woman was late 20s. It's when they get around that age, guys, that they start complaining. Why don't we hear from women that are in the early 20s whining about dating issues? Because they don't have any of this sort. Because when they're 20, they could pick literally most guys, like most men they could go with, right? It's always when they, you know, have already hit the wall or are just realizing they've hit it at around 30 that they start asking themselves, wait a minute, you know, where did all the good men go? So funny. And the answer to where have all the good men gone is they no longer care, right? These good men are the same ones you dismissed and disregarded when you were younger to chase the unavailable men. Now that you come crawling back to them because you want a provider, they're not stupid enough to settle for you, all right? They won't take you in. Men are not stupid. They've had enough. One or two bad relationships are enough for them to understand the game. And look, we understand that we're not born to be slaves, to be your clown for entertainment and to be your wallet. We're not your walking ATM machines. And men are just not willing to take in these women, guys, that have had their hot girl summers, they're going to clubs at 4 a.m. in the morning, their triple-digit body counts. They're not willing to take them in. They're not willing to be little docile puppies. They're not willing to be on a leash. They're not willing to be chained to a woman that has done all her mistakes. As I mentioned, guys, if they want something long-term, they are really going for the long-term, meaning we get married and we spend the life together. There's no sort of this opportunistic dating of, oh, now I'm 20, I'm going to have my hot girl summers. Now I'm 25, I'm going to sleep with all my co-workers because I'm an independent boss babe. Now I'm in my 30s, I'll get the last sip of char, and then I'll find me a provider. You know, I'll date a little, have a few guys pay for my meals. Now it's cuffing season, I need someone for the cold months, so they don't ask me questions that are awkward because I'm still single at 30. Now when I'm 35, oh yeah, let's get me a provider. Let's get someone to pick up the pieces because I don't want to be alone. No, you don't get that. You get the consequences of your own actions, even if you don't want to be accountable for them. Life will grant them to you because men are no longer caring for these women. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.